1, 2.
You have reached area code 313.
All my live niggas in the 313.
Hey, what's going on? What's going on? Like to welcome you to another edition of No Fan Sports Podcast. I'm your host. I go by New, just a simple NEW. Shout out to my man DJ Los, one of our world-renowned DJs, local legend as well. Like to thank him for them beats. He keep them beats coming. Check him out, DJ Los. You know what's going on out there. Yeah, we back at it again, man. We trying to get out here, get these things popping right. Check it out. So tonight we're gonna talk about that about part of, it was one of the playoff games that just we just witnessed over the weekend. And it was an event that transpired, man, and it's something that I've been wanting to talk about for a while now. Actually it's been going on for a few years. I can't remember exactly when the parameters changed within the NFL or what have you. But I myself and some others, some good friends of mine or some people in general, think the league has gotten a little soft and in its old age, shall we say. But let's go ahead and knock this. Let's get these little disclaimers and different things out the way, man, so we can dive into this. I got an article that popped up that was actually really fitting for this whole scenario. Where we at? Okay. Let me see. Hold on. Let's do this. Okay. Let's get these out the way, these disclaimers. We got No Fan Sports Podcast is providing this podcast as a public service, but is neither a legal interpretation nor a statement of No Fan Sports Podcast policy. Reference to any specific product or entity does not constitute an endorsement or a recommendation by No Fan Sports Podcast. The views expressed by guests are their own, and the appearance on the program does not imply. Hold on here. Check. Yep. Does not. I lost my spot. Does not imply an endorsement of them or any entity that they represent. Views and opinions expressed by myself are those of my own and do not necessarily reflect the view of No Fan Sports Podcast or any of its officials. Okay. So let me see here. Is it this song? Oh, yeah. Okay, and fair use, we're going to do here copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for the purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, and scholarship and research. Fair use is use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Okay. And also, like I said, I'd say, get a chance, get over, take a look at this mission statement, man. This is No Fan, man. We like to talk about things outside of the stat sheet. We want to look at the game or look at the entity or the sport or the person or the athlete outside of all the fanfare, outside of the groupie love, outside of the slappy stupid love. So you get over there and check out just what a fan is. It's an ardent admirer or enthusiast. A groupie, a fan of a music group, or who follows a group or a concert or whatever, a fan of an athlete or a celebrity who tries to see the athlete or the celebrity as often as possible. A slappy is just a flat out stupid or moronic person. No fan, no groupie, no slappy. No fan is No Fan is a fan groupie slappy free zone. We here at No Fan are dedicated not to just the analytics, the metrics, or the statistics that are a part of any given sport, but also the non-measurables that can't and doesn't get recognition on the stat sheet. Things like heart, mental tenacity, drive, hunger, and etc. Like I said, I see dead people. I think I got a sixth sense, as well as being able to understand the difference between athleticism versus the actual skills and fundamentals. Instead of being caught up like a deer in the highlights, as you all over his or her physical gifts from above. Yeah, that's a fan. That's fan talk. No, we speak of X's and O's that many of you may mistake for hate. Mistake for hate. Okay. And like I said, this particular show, we're doing this is part of the uh this roughing thing that's coming along in the NFL. It's been going on for a few years now. Like I said, I can't remember exactly. I'm gonna have to look that up too when I get a chance. Find out exactly when the parameters changed as far as how the league NFL has went about taking looking at the roughing passers, just roughing period across the board. And I'm sure it's others out there that feel like these rules have have affected the way the game is played. And I'm not only I'm gonna voice this, but I'm gonna show you a couple examples, a few examples of why I feel like this. And then on the back end of it, which something that growing up as a kid, I kind of never really paid attention to it, and I didn't really know. But I played a lot of sports coming up, but football was my best, and that was the one I really, 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 really fell in love with. And most people, who play sports, I don't want to say they try to emulate their heroes or the people they look up to or the people they fall in love with, but those persons inspired, whether it be he or she, they inspired them to try to perform in a certain manner or what have you. And we're gonna talk about the gentleman that got me excited, and I, like I said many times before, born and raised in the city of Detroit. I'm a Michigan man. U of M, hail to the victors, national championship, the whole deal. But I had a love affair with a Ohio State Buckeye, ironically enough, But so let's we're gonna go ahead and dive into it. So Saturday, I mean, was it Saturday? I think it was a Saturday game. It was a Saturday game, and particular play, Patrick Mahomes broke free. He was looking for a pass. He stepped up in the pocket and still didn't find anything. So he took off and he ran. And matter of fact, let's just bring that one. We go pull this up right now real quick. So I can show you, because it's kind of like setting the stage. So I'm gonna share so I give you an example or show you what I'm looking at or what we're looking at. Okay, where's okay, there it is. All right. Okay, come on. All right. So I hope you can see this. I'm gonna turn this down just a touch. I hope you can see this. This is the play in question. Hold on. I gotta get over. Just bear with me here. Come on. No. Ooh. Okay. There we go. All right. So let's go in here. Where's it at? Patrick, where's your okay. All right, so just bear with me here. We go. I hope you see it. You can see it. And we go run the play. I hope you get the sound. You can let me know if you got the sound. We go run.
2nd and 6. Mahomes back again, climbing through the pocket.
Touch, just a touch, because this is a part of the emphasis that I want to make as far as like the effectiveness of the actual the effects that the roughing the penalty, roughing the passer, or roughing the roughing calls that they have now in the NFL, how it affects the other side of the ball. And this particular play, not only did it affect the other side of the ball in the way I'm about to show you, it followed up when I asked the question that I posed is why didn't Patrick Mahomes get ejected from the game? So we're gonna follow up. So here's the play. We go back into the play.
Taking off as Mahomes
Right there. Okay. In years past, your DBs or your defensive players, you see how soft they kind of coming up. You got the one guy that's chasing. That's obvious. But you see, I think it's 33 there. I forget what number this gentleman is right here. But anyway, you see how soft they kind of coming towards the quarterback. Because at this particular stage, Patrick has the option of either, they got the slide. They can slide now, and also he can continue with the run, which he did. He continued. And because of these decisions that they have to make, the roughing and different things like that, plus he's a quarterback. You see, like I said, again, you see how soft number 33 is coming up on this particular play. So we're going to continue with it. So they came up soft, somewhat flagging or tiptoeing. What we used to call it back in the day, the coach said you come up on a guy, you come up tiptoeing, like you really don't want that smoke. That's what we called it, come up tiptoeing. So this is how they came up. Go finish it up.
Mahomes gets inside the 10.
And this is the end of the run.
Hard there.
Okay,
Got
now
close to a touchdown. It's going to be 1st and goal.
he said, look at the guys, they're coming up old left.
Mahomes, too many guys.
Problem, and this is where I'm asking why didn't he get ejected? Watch the follow up on this run. Look at Patrick. He's dipping his. He's leading with the crown of his helmet. He's leading with the crown of his helmet. Now, if we reverse this, and that was the defender coming up to meet Patrick more so than Patrick going to meet the defender, that defender not only would have been, I'm sure he would have got ejected, 15-yard penalty plus an ejection. He leads with the crown of his helmet. Also, about this,
lowers his head.
That's just one particular play. I'm talking about this in regards to, first of all, the roughing part, where you got defenders coming up to make that should be making a play on the ball, but they're coming up real soft, in fear of one, because like I say, the quarterback or the runner, the quarterback especially has the option to take, slide. And also, you don't want to come up too hard. You want to hit the quarterback, you 15-yard penalty, roughing and all this stuff, and get ejected from the game. So these are the things that defensive player in the back of their mind, they got to be thinking about this whole time while they're trying to, get this play, present themselves on this particular play. So that was this play. Okay, I'm gonna show you another. Let me go back. I'm gonna show you another one. And this was all over the weekend. Okay. This was all over this weekend. All right. That was one. And before I even show you the next play, let me read this article that I found that they talked about it. It was an article written by Daniel Valente. This is with the I think what article was this? This was this is with the score, I think it was. The score was this. This is right. Valente, he writes with the score. Okay. So let's go back in here. We'll find the article. I'm gonna pull this article up again, and I want you to hear this clearly too. This is the funny. This is the funny part about this. That really bothers me. Okay, it says here, like I said, it's written by Daniel Valente. This was the score. It's a VICIS, the helmet manufacturer that produced Patrick Mahomes' lid, says the piece of equipment didn't fail despite breaking in the Kansas City Chiefs wild card victory over the Miami Dolphins. And listen to this carefully. This is in quotes here. This is quoted. Extreme conditions like those experienced in Sunday evening's NFL playoff game are bound to test the limits of even the highest performing products, unquote. VICIS said in a statement Tuesday, quote, while outer shell damage is not ideal, the 0-2 helmet did its job for protecting Patrick Mahomes during a head-to-head impact, unprecedented cold weather temperatures. Key wording, head-to-head. So that's my question. I say, well, it's a head-to-head, which everybody's saying this. Why isn't the offensive player ejected? Now, I'm not in the NFL. I'm not a coach or whatever, but this is something that I think the NFL needs to look into, because we have it on one side of the ball, but we don't have it on the other side of the ball. And I think this is the problem. I started off the problem with the defenders coming up soft, and they purposely, and I can tell the abilities that they had with this play. But even this particular company that produced the helmet, VICIS, clearly states that was a head-to-head collision, helmet-to-helmet collision. All right, head-to-head. So that was the reason why I posed that question. Why wasn't he ejected? And also, how is how plays like this is how it's affected the NFL. I mean, in its players. Okay, and I got another one for you. Hold on. Okay, I got another one for you. Just give me 1 second. We go pull up another. Let me share my screen with you again. Come on, baby. All right. Where is it at? Here we go. All right. Come on. Where is it at? Where is it at? All right. Just give me a moment. It's getting there. Okay. Here it is. Now, ironically, this is the game. The Buffalo Bills versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. Okay. All right. Hold on. I don't know why this thing taking so long to generate here. All right.
Josh steps up.
Okay. Here it goes. All right. Let's go back from the beginning. All right. Let me turn this down. All right. I want you to watch this play too. Okay.
Josh steps up. And he's going to get the first down.
Hold on. Turn some of the stuff. Now, items by a quarterback for a touchdown. This is Josh Allen against Pittsburgh Steelers. Okay. Watch it from this from. Oh, stop. Hold on. Just as he started to, meet the competition, I want you to see how they came up. I want you to watch how the defenders came up on this particular play.
Up, and he's going to get the first
Right
down.
here. And you see, I can't see the number. The one guy coming in from the far, it would be Josh Allen's right. He coming up, kind of, he's the guy's trying to block him, but he's still coming up, rather soft and gingerly. And look, once once he meets up with it, you see the angle got to it, and so now they check him.
Gonna get him. Was the extra burst.
Bam! He's supposed to get smacked right there.
Unbelievable.
He's supposed to get, and this has something to do with the way the NFL handles this roughing stuff now. The roughing on both sides, often rough hit, late hit, whatever, roughing these rough hits or whatever. So we got Josh Allen. I think he's standing roughly about 6'5", about 240, and he got some wheels on him. He's a pretty, full. He's a pretty full guy. So if you come in to tackle him as it is, they remind me of Ben Roethlisberger, but with a lot more athletic ability. Now you find yourself having to come up and hit this big man of a monstrosity or whatever, and this is he he breaks tackle, boom, he off to the races. And this affect, and in my opinion, this affects the defensive the defense when it becomes time to, they have to make a decision, a split-second decision of what type of hit, where can I hit him, how I'm gonna hit him. But now in the back of their mind too, they got to think about like, I can't hit him like this because I get a penalty with 15 yards and such. But I think this affects the game. This guy ripped off a 52-yard run. Now I'm not gonna sit here and say that he probably wouldn't have made it without the contact or whatever, but I'm just talking about the way that they approached him prior to him breaking that little first zone or second and third level of players that he came across running on his way to this 52-yard touchdown run. Now, with both of those plays, and this is more, I'm gonna get back and I'm gonna do a roughing podcast one day. We're gonna talk about that in depth too more. But this is what brings me into the love affair, the former football player that I fell in love with, who I consider to try to pattern my game after. He was everything. He was everything to me. Okay. He was, oh my goodness. When I tell you dollar play, man, was like it was unbelievable. It was jaw dropping to me. And that's who I wanted to be like, man. That's who I patterned my game after, because he was an intimidating and an imposing player. And he's often remembered by one of the it's not funny, but the funny part about this particular play, it was a clean hit. And at the time, I remember watching the game, live, and I didn't even realize it until after I just started going through it again, and I'm pulling up some video of it. It was a preseason when he laid his hit down. And this particular jump, I'm going to give him to you. I'm getting ready to give them to you. Let me share my screen again. We're going to share the screen. Let me find the. All right. All right. Here we go. And I'm going to let you listen to a little bit of this. I'm going to let you listen to a little bit of this so you can check it out. I hope you can hear it. We go take a look at this particular gentleman. This was the guy that got me, man. This guy, oh my goodness, this guy. Let's go back a little bit. And this is Chris Berman. This is a long time ago. You can see that number there, wearing the silver and black. Here we go. We go play it and check it out for a minute. Just check it out. I hope you'll be able to hear the sound too.
In downtown.
Oh.
The 70s,
This pregame.
including Super Bowl 11 in Pasadena, Raiders and Vikings, a blowout at the Rose Bowl that included this hit as Jack the Assassin Tatum lays out Sammy White.
I hope you can hear this. Just watch some of these highlights. I gotta take a smoke.
For 9 seasons, Jack Tatum was the most intimidating player on the most intimidating team. He was a safety with linebacker.
Good catch, you're going to pay for it. And how you pay for it, you're going to suffer the punishment of a big hit.
He was a feared player because he was coming to knock you out. He played football with bad intentions all the time.
I was described as, vicious, brutal, and sometimes even a little dirty. But I take exception to that. I don't think I was dirty. I just think I went into the whistle blew.
They're going to put it in the air. Oh, the intended receiver is Gerald Stingley. The man he ran into is Jack Tatum. And Stingley is down.
It was a play that you make 1,000 times in a game or during the season. And you hit a guy, and you always expect him to get up. And Stingley just didn't get up.
Tatum's hit turns
No, I didn't. And I will tell you why. I apologize because Darryl got hurt, and I'm sorry he got hurt.
Never apologize for the way he played football. Okay? That's the guy I fell in love with. May rest in peace. Also, excuse me, may Daryl Stingley rest in peace as well. And ironically, check one. Ironically, Daryl Stingley has a grandson. He currently starting defensive back. He plays cornerback for the Houston, Texas. I think it's Derek Stingley Jr. That's Daryl Stingley was his grandfather. That was his grandfather. So Daryl Stingley's grandson is currently playing in the NFL. Now, in that particular clip, it said that Jack Tatum he never apologized to Daryl Stingley directly, but now that was not long or when he retired or whatever the case may be. But it's to my understanding, before Daryl Stingley had passed, because Jack Tatum has since passed too as well. May both of them rest in peace. Before Daryl Stingley passed, Jack Tatum actually supposed, from what I understand, he apologized to Daryl Stingley about the hit, and ironically, Daryl Stingley, really, he refused or didn't accept his apology. Which technical. Check. One, two, check. Okay. Yeah, here we go. Ironically, can you blame me for not accepting the apology? I mean, it had to be a devastating situation, playing a game you love, and a freak accident like that takes place. And I'm assuming that Mr. Stingley, Daryl Stingley, assumed that the hit was illegal, or a rough hit or what have you. But it wasn't helmet to helmet. He actually led with his shoulders. If you go back and watch it slow, it was a clean hit. It was just a jarring hit. Okay. And he didn't accept his apology, from what I understand. And rightfully so. I can understand that. I mean, he was left quadriplegic after that particular hit, so from the neck down, he was unable to, do anything. So I can only imagine what he went through mentally during that time. So, it's understood. It's understood why he, may have felt that way at that particular time. But I had to show you that because I wasn't necessarily looking for those results, but I was looking for that hit. My whole time, I played up until I played a little JC ball. Play some JC ball. But my whole time, for as long as I was playing football, from little league, little league pal on up, high school and through college, man, I was looking for that hit, man. That was the hit I wanted. I wanted that hit so bad. Oh my goodness, I wanted that hit so bad. I wanted that hit real bad. I mean, and the funny thing about this was that my man Jack Tatum, it wasn't just it wasn't just like he laid those type of hits on unaware wide receivers, but that was the era back in the day. When I fell in love with football, man, I fell in love with the defense, and I fell in love with the contact. I talked a lot of smack, and a lot of people don't like smack talk, and it don't bother me, because I always feel like, whether you talk it, I talk it, and somebody else talk it, just as long as you can back it up, we good. I don't have no problems with it. And that was the hit. I was searching for that. It was like a high, that was that orgasm I was looking for. I was searching for that hit, and I tried to deliver it every chance I got. I wanted to lay that hit. That was the hit I want, because it's an information hit. It's go test out a few things. It's go find out how strong that person is that you're playing against, or that team, because they know you back there. Are they ready? Or you got them guys that's hearing them footsteps, and you take them out the game because they don't want to get hit like that. They don't want to feel that hit. So it's an intimidating thing. And that's what I liked about it. And that's what I liked about Jack Tatum, and actually that whole Oakland Raiders team, I loved them. That was like my second favorite team growing up. And that's what the intimidation, man. And that's what football was all about. So you fast forward to the day, I'm showing you a hit from back in the 70s that left my man, crippled, paralyzed. But that was the price, potentially, not the, paralyzing thing, because nobody want to paralyze anybody, but you was go pay for that hit. I mean, you want to catch the ball, you want to come through there, you want to be cute, you want to, first down. You paid for those things back in the day. You had to pay back in the day. And I think just recently, not long ago, before the season started or midway through the season, Tom Brady, they got a clip of him out there speaking on the difference between now and then. And he was like, offensive players need to learn how to protect themselves. This is coming from Tom Brady. And, he also said something in regards to back, like when Ray Lewis and them was playing, and the way before they started calling these penalties like that, he said he wouldn't dare throw none of his receivers across the middle like that because he'd get them killed. But when they changed the rules, that's when you had, you had Gronk just up and down the seams, man. He wide open. You can't hit him. And can you imagine trying to tiptoe up to hit this big joker? How do you do this? How do you play the game as a defender, attacking some of these monster-sized gentlemen, guys, and you got these rules that's kind of like handicapping you, debilitating, to begin debilitating. You can't do what you need to do to address the situation that's coming into you, and that's what we got right now. So, like I said, you got Patrick Mahomes. Back in the day, Patrick could have cut that first line of defense that he ran into. Patrick would have been laying down. That first line of defense that Josh Allen ran into, especially against the Pittsburgh Steelers too, because Steelers were known for some great Donnie Shell. Oh my goodness, almost similar. Was laying folks out. Pittsburgh was known, So we talking about that first. That's as soon as that contact line come, these guys you're not gonna run off the rest of this because you about to get that boom. They about to load a boom on you. And what we got in the NFL today is a real soft version. And I said this once before on a podcast. I'm gonna say it again. If anybody ever, if it ever start off, I want my cut. We looking at well, they already started in the I think flag football is gonna be a part of the Olympics, up and coming Olympics. It's soon. You might as well. It's gonna be professional flag football or professional 7-on-7. We just kill. You don't even need the lineman anymore, because this is what the NFL is turning into, a powder puff league. If you really, that's just the way I feel, and it's taken away from that intimidation factor of the game, because the imposing thing, impose your will on a player. You find out who he is, that's across from you. You want to catch the ball, you want to run the ball, you want to be all sweet and get all the girls or whatever, all the notoriety and all the attention. What's the price to pay when you come across here? And that's what football used to be. That's what it used to be. What we're watching right now is a real soft, dumbed down version of it. And like I presented when I first started this podcast, why wasn't Patrick Mahomes ejected? He led with his helmet, which caused it to break, stayed in the game, didn't have to lead again. I think he had to change helmets though, but yeah, led with his helmet, caused the helmet damage, not to mention the first line of defensive players that just olayed on him. You heard the broadcaster say these guys coming up real soft and all this stuff, flagging, same thing with the Josh Allen play. The NFL needs to address this. They need to address this. They need to sit down, get back to the rules committee and figure out. Now I'm just going to tell you, and this is it. I got a book that I'm working on. And hopefully when I get a chance, it's time for some book. I got a book I'm working on, and you start going into the, the title of it is called "The Evolution of the Black Quarterback," and going through when you're doing your research, you researching, all the elements, how football began, and all these different things like that. Where it was a time when they had multiple deaths on the football field. In years past. As a matter of fact, I think it was Teddy Roosevelt, or I think it was Roosevelt. They were seriously considering trying to outlaw football because of the violentness and the deaths that was impacted in it. And what they did to kind of compensate or try to change that a little bit, that's when the forward pass came into play. They implemented, it wasn't per se because of the rules or people was getting killed or whatever, but I think it was innovation. The forward pass came, to kind of, help safeguard from, because, league back in the day was just a run league. Just run, they come up and hit you, and that's what this was about. So this was in the early stages of before even NFL. They didn't even call it the NFL. You just had a bunch of teams running around barnstorming, hiring players, buying players. They played play football, Cat may be playing with this one team this year, be playing with the other team next year, because it was a pay to play type of thing. It was a real, just wild west type of deal that was going on. This was all doing while building the game up to what we're looking at today. So I do understand the safety precautions that, naturally you don't want people dying on the field. You don't want anybody end up paralyzed on the field. I get all of that. And you want to kind of get it where the injury, just blatant stuff. You want to kind of just get rid of those things. I understand that particular part of it. But at the end of the day, when you decide to take this on as a job, just like most jobs, especially jobs that has a high rate or a higher level of danger, when you sign up for it, that's part of it. That's a part of it. You want to be a quarterback in the NFL. You want the glitz, the glamour. You want to stand there. You the man, you the captain, everybody looking and hanging on your word. It's a price to pay. If you want to play in NFL, you want to play football, it's a price to pay. When you do this, I even know I got some friends that want, some people, and a lot of people like, oh, if I'd have known this, that, and that, I wouldn't even play football today. I got friends and people I know and associates that won't allow their children to play football, because of the violence, the possible injury and all that kind of stuff. I get it. But it wouldn't be me. My son played. If my grandson wants to play, he can play. I get it though. But you got it when you sign on for it though. This is what you got to love to do. You want to love it, and that's another thing that I don't really see in today's game too. The players, they don't love it. They don't love it, eat, sleep, breathe, the whole deal, this football thing, they don't love it. So if you sign up, the danger comes with it. You want to be the police, it's danger to come. You want to be a fireman, it's danger to come with it. Want to be a deep sea diver, it's danger that comes with it. You want to be a pilot, it's danger that comes with it. These things, this is a part of the game. Okay. And like I said, I can't figure out why Patrick wasn't ejected. So what we're looking at is like, okay, and I seriously think, if this gets out, like it, share it. Get over to my YouTube page. But anyway, like and share. I hope this can go viral to the point where, the NFL maybe catch a look at this and say, well, we got to redo this. We get 17 games now. I think when I first started watching football, it was only 12. I'm just like any other football fan. When the season come, I think I watched my man Eric Dixon speak on it one time in this game, whatever the show was, and he go through this period. He say, man, he's like, you can see the smile on his face, and he's talking about how excited he get when football come around. He said you can smell it in the air, and you do if you, just it's that season, and we all sit. Those of us that love football, play football, we all sit and wait for this to come. But what we're looking at right now is just a fraction of what we used to look at. Well, there's offense, there's defense. I like the hits. I want the hits. If you want to carry the ball, you can carry the ball, but I'm going to hit you. When you get a chance, man, get over to my YouTube channel. It's No Fan TV. No Fan TV 2020. Hit the like, subscribe button, notification button. Let us know when we going live. Let you know when we going live over there. And I had to bring this out here, man. Because like I said, I had a love affair, and it's surprising. I had a love affair with a Buckeye. A love affair with a Buckeye. That was my man, Jack. I even wrote a song about him, man. I wrote a song. I remember I used to sing it when we was in junior high school, man. And I just love Jack Tatum, man. This guy would impose his will. It didn't make a difference who was coming. He was hitting them. And it's a clip out there too. You can probably catch it when he and Earl Campbell met up at the goal line. That was a classic hit. And if any of you guys, if you're not familiar with Earl Campbell, if you're a young person, you come across this video and you hear the word Earl Campbell, man, go look Earl up. That was a lot of man moving real fast. And you'll see a lot of that man just running through cats. Just running through cats. Big, fast. The Rambling Rose of Tyler, Texas, Earl Campbell. Check him out, man. He and Earl Campbell met up in the end zone. They met at the goal line, and when they smacked and bounced off of one another, so to speak. Jack bounced backwards, and Earl bounced a little to the side, and he stumbled into the end zone. And what makes that hit so significant? I think Earl had to have Jack by at least 40 pounds. And if you go watch Earl Campbell and see how he was just running through cats during his career, you understand what you're looking at when these two meet up at the goal line. Classic, one of the greatest hits. That was one of them. We gonna do an X-rated portion of the show, man. Pretty soon we go call it the X-rated show. But it's that shit. We get that sports orgasm, man. It was like, oh, when I seen them hits, man, I used to, don't touch me afterwards. You know what I'm saying? This is what I got when I seen them hits, and those are the hits I tried to get. He and Earl met up, and that was Jack Tatum, man. They called him the assassin for a reason. And it was one more hit that stood out like that too, but ended up on the other side, and it was my man Bo Jackson. And for those who may not have heard or don't remember, my man Brian Bosworth, All-American linebacker out of Oklahoma. He was a cult figure in college. Had the buzz cut or the tomahawk, and he was just he was the man. Got to the NFL. He's playing for the Seattle Seahawks, and he met Bo Jackson at the goal line, inside the goal line, and Bo took him for a ride. So swell that old Brian Boz, they used to call him the Boz. He was a cult figure, and old Boz rode on that Bo Jackson train and rolled himself right up out the NFL. That hit ended his career, dude. Or that non-hit. Bo Jackson met him at the goal line, ran him over. That ended his career. Go look it up. Gotta take a smoke on that one. That's my X-rated version of the show today. I appreciate you stopping by. For those of you who didn't get a chance to check us out live, man, get over there. Like I said, hit the like, subscribe, and all those kind of buttons and different things like that. Comment. You hit them comments so we can dialogue about this. Like I said, we're looking for that non-fan, non-groupie, non-slappy conversation. We want to talk about the sport. Barbershop talk, beauty shop talk, however, where we do this at. We want to sit down, shoot the stuff, but have an intelligent dialogue about this, not the fanfare, not the groupie, not the slappy. We go talk about sports, man, the way it needs to be talked about. Unlike and want to talk about how it's played, But that was my man crush, my man Jack Tatum. May he rest in peace. And we still need to find out, man, why wasn't Patrick Mahomes ejected? I go by New, man, just simple NEW. Appreciate you. We get back. We go keep them coming, man. I'll holler at y'all later. Peace.